Here's the number one thing you can get from someone who's talking to you. There's where you are. You're right here. Happy person. Okay? Because you have my seminar, so you're happy, even if you have like a big mole on your face. All right, so that's you. I'm kind of happy, even though you look kind of weird. All right, that's you. There's something you see in the future. You're either seeing something you want, something you don't want. Through your language, I can see exactly what you believe is going to happen in your life. I could see your patterns in your relationships, your businesses, your friendships. All I got to do is talk to you. And when I talk to you and I ask certain questions, I now know things about you. So the first thing we're going to look for is tense. Past, present, future. What tense is this person communicating in? Are they talking in past tense, present tense, or future tense? So for instance, I might say, yeah, I used to be fat. What does that mean? I'm not fat anymore. Mary smokes cigarettes. Mary doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. Mary doesn't smoke cigarettes. Present. Anymore turns it into past tense. What this is called are presuppositions. Presuppositions change the meaning of a sentence. They are the assumption. What are we assuming here in this equation? What are we assuming in this sentence? Very important to note. Presuppositions will change your life. They will change your life. What's the presupposition there? No, that's the tense. The assumption there is it'll change your life. Presuppositions are probably the most powerful thing in all linguistics, in my opinion. It is the most powerful skill you can have in all linguistics. How would you like to buy? What's the presupposition? Here's why you should buy. What's the presupposition? That you don't want to buy. Here's why you should buy this. I'm assuming you don't want to buy this. Here's why you should date me. I'm assuming you don't find me worth dating. Here's why you should go to the gym. What image am I putting in your head when I say that? I'm putting an image that creates what? If I say, here's why you should go to the gym, why would I have to tell you why you have to go to the gym? Because they're not going to the gym. So what image am I putting in your head unconsciously? So your language actually changes the image in everyone else's head, and it also changes the image in your head. So this is where presuppositions get a bit tricky. Let me try and simplify this for everybody. If I'm in a mindset where I believe, we'll talk about, I don't know, someone give me some actual serious context you want insight on. Any context. You want to be better at sales, you want to be better at whatever. Just throw it out there. Okay, better at sales, better at marketing. Same thing, all marketing is selling someone to go to the page you're selling them on. And when you're on the page and you're selling them, again, the whole point is to make money. So marketing, sales, same thing. If I look at you and I say, here is why you need this. I'm assuming you don't know why you need this. But if I say, look, we both know why you want this. We both know why you need this. Let me tell you why this specific, today is the day you want this. I'm making the issue, what? The timing. I'm making the issue the timing. I'm not making the issue the product. I'm not making the issue the thing I'm selling, the thing I'm marketing. Now let's talk about an outcome. What's the outcome we want in sales? What is the outcome we want? Money. A lot or a little? A lot. So here are 3 different presuppositions in sales. Each one of them will change the game for you. The first presupposition, which 99% of salespeople have, is this. This is why you should buy. I am going to assume that you don't want whatever it is I'm selling. And I'm going to do my best to convince you. I just created a Mount Everest to climb that never needed to be there from the get-go. But because I set it up like that from the beginning, I now have to convince you to buy. I got into this phone call. I got into this dynamic, this interaction, assuming you didn't want to buy from me. Here is why you should buy from me. Worst frame to be in, the worst presupposition to express to a potential client. How many of us are currently doing that? Be honest. Here's why you should buy from me. Who's in sales and not doing that? So what are you guys doing if you're not doing that?
I'm just convicted in the product. So I'm like, yeah, man, like this is what it is. You have this problem, I have the solution.
So you're assuming the sale.
Yeah.
Great. That's the second frame. The second frame is, I know you want it, so let's just buy it. Very strong, you got rid of Mount Everest, and that'll work on most people. But then you get the occasional guy who's like, well, I still don't know if I should buy it. How do you handle that guy? Well, that's right. But you learned that from me. So the third one, and this is the best one, is I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not trying to convince you. Why the fuck should I let you have the best product in the world? Why should I let you? Let me ask you questions. Why should I invite you into this? Why should I give you the opportunity? In that moment, right there, when I qualify you, you now automatically, the second you start answering my questions, the image in your head is that you really want it, and you're going to do your best to earn it. And every question I ask you is another hoop you jump through. And by the time I get to the close, you are so invested into this conversation, you have to buy. That is the best frame to be in. But that's because I'm going to the mindset that I know you want it, and I don't know if I want to give it to you. I'm glad you're liking this video. Make sure you click the link below right now and secure your seat to my next seminar. You'll see a link in the description. Get yourself a ticket right now because they always sell out. I will see you in person. If you like this content and you want to change your life in person with me at my next event, click that link right now. Get yourself a ticket. Get one for your friends, your family, whoever you want to bring, and I will see you there. So presuppositions, the most appealing presuppositions, operate on something called the law of assumption. The law of assumption states, whatever I assume in life, I'm bound to get. That's pretty much what it says. Whatever I assume in my life, I'm bound to get. Because when you meet other people, whatever you assume, well, they're going to assume it too. The reason people don't think you're confident is because you assume you're not confident. They did another study where they took these group of people and they said, you're going to go in for a job interview. And for one group, they divided the people into two groups. For one group, they made them look fantastic. Put makeup on them, they dressed them up, they said, wow, you look great. Gave them a bunch of confidence, and they walked into this interview, and they said, wow, everybody loved me. I got great feedback. This was awesome. Took a second group of people, they put this disgusting scar on their face. Before they left into the interview, they're like, hey, let me just touch up your makeup one more time. They got rid of this scar. So they didn't know that. They still thought they had a scar on their face. They walk in this interview, and they reported that people didn't like them, and they performed much worse in the interview because they had assumed that they're far less attractive, and their confidence went down, even though they didn't actually have anything on their face. They just believed they did. That right there is evidence that your own beliefs create something called the self-fulfilling prophecy. The way a self-fulfilling prophecy works, I'm very good at drawing circles today, it looks like, huh? Is you have a belief. My belief. And your belief creates your actions. So we put my actions. And your actions change others' beliefs about you. And others' beliefs about you change their actions. Others' actions. Which then reinforce your beliefs. So, someone give me a belief they have. Go. It's not, I mean, that's like an external thing. What's a self-belief? Who said it? You said that? It's so fun. Whoever said it's ridiculous. What's a belief you have about yourself? I self-sabotage. So then you believe that. What are your actions? And then how do other people see you? Someone who self-sabotages. And then they treat you a certain way and they don't want to be. That's a really bad example, but we're just going to play it off. Give me another belief. I self-sabotage is not really a belief about you. It's a belief about your behavior. What's a belief about you? I'm not worthy of making money, which then changes your actions. So now I get on a sales call. I get to the point where I have to ask for the money, and what do? So how much is it? I mean, how are you going to do a group thing? Are you going to be one session? All right, it's $30. for 3 years. I'll think about it. Oh, all right. No problem. You know, I'll throw in my soul too. I'll do it for $1. Well, they're like, this ain't valuable. I'm not signing up. It's hard to make money. I'm not worthy of making money. But let's change that. I think I'm extremely valuable. I think everybody should pay me because I actually am that valuable. What happens with my actions? Are they congruent? I have unwavering confidence. I get to the close. I don't even ask if you want it. I'm doing you the goddamn favor letting you work with me. So then what do people do? They give me their card. And then what do? They pay me. And then it reinforces what? My belief. All psychology is what belief best serves me to get the things I want. Is the belief that I'm currently unhappy, that I currently doubt myself, that I currently don't believe I can make a lot of money, is that actually benefiting me? If the answer is no, then we have to learn how to change it. The second you can leave your ego, because right now, I remember when I was struggling to make money, people were like, making money is easy. I would see that on YouTube, and it would make me mad. I'm like, why is it not easy for me? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something that's not adding up. Well, because I still believe that it was hard to make money. So if it's hard to make money, it's going to be hard to make money forever. Second, I believe it's easy, change my psychology. The second I believed confidence was easy, and I could be the most confident human being in the world, I became confident. It's hard to do that, though, when your beliefs don't align with what you want. So guess what changes your beliefs? You think your beliefs come first or what you want comes first? No. What you want. What you want unconsciously comes first. There's what we consciously want, right? The goal of this weekend is to take your conscious goals and desires and bring them into the unconscious. Make them so normal and unconscious that you don't have to think about it. Even if you tried to fuck it up, even if you tried to be insecure, even if you tried to go broke, you couldn't. That's my goal for you this weekend. Even if you tried to get fat, you somehow kept getting better shape. You somehow ended up at the gym. My goal this weekend. Which part? I'm going to take your conscious goals and desires and make them unconscious. That part. That's my goal. Now, in order to do that, we also have to know what our unconscious goals are. How do you identify that? What you have right now and what we focus on. What do I assume about my life? What do I assume about interactions? Who here wants a better dating life? There's a lot of young men here. That's why I asked this. All right, a lot of you. All right, who wants a better business life? Who wants to just feel better in general? Who wants to make more money? A lot more money. All right. So, all of these beliefs require you to change some kind of expectation you have. If your expectations about what you're going to get were 100% aligned and congruent, you would be well on your way. Why is it, and I said this yesterday, why is it some people wait till the last minute, to the last second to make money, to make their bills? The last day they somehow found a way. But they had to wait till the last moment before it was due, before it was too late to find the money, to come up with the money, and they're almost like barely making it by every month. It's like month to month, moment to moment, paycheck to paycheck. Doesn't matter how much you make. It's like every time I make more, it's always the same shit. I always somehow end up in the same position. Or let's say you're doing really well financially. Maybe you find yourself going into the same emotional pattern. You do really well, you crush it, and then you kind of get bored. You're like, all right, now I lost my motivation. I lost my purpose. I lost my reasoning. Now I don't really know what to do with myself. I kind of did everything I thought I wanted to do. I accomplished it. I had all this motivation and kind of died down. Or you just maybe don't even know what you want. How are you going to get the things that you truly desire if you're inconsistent or incongruent with the things you really want? You're not. It would be impossible. You could try your hardest. You will not succeed. So in order to get you to be congruent, I'd like us to quickly just think about it. What do we expect? Most of the time, not just when you're here and you're in a great mood and you're a little bit more confident, but before you got here, what do you expect about your life? Do you expect yourself to lose more weight? Do you expect yourself to, you get on the scale, this is what I weigh. You look at your bank account, this is what my bank account's going to look like. Is that what you expect? What do you expect from yourself? What's a habit you maybe want to change? Do you expect that you're not going to change it? That one day you're magically going to wake up and poof, it changed? It's not going to happen like that. It doesn't just, someone yesterday was asking me, I'm looking at these manifestation gurus and coaches, and they talk about how they just sit there and think about what they want, and it just comes to them. My ass. Yeah, let me just sit here, guys. I'm making, one sec, I'm seeing a vision. I'm making $17 million in the next 20 minutes. Who's going to write me that check? Right? It's not going to happen like that. Maybe I'm assuming the wrong thing. Maybe. Let's catch myself. No. But again, I don't think that's how it works. You have to take action to get the result. You don't just sit here and manifest a six-pack. It doesn't happen. You got to take action. But in order to take the action, you can't be incongruent. This incongruence you have is a program that keeps replaying a future image in your mind that makes you not feel good. So I gave this really good example the other day on my YouTube. I'm on YouTube, and I'm talking about how I was living at my parents' house. This is several years ago, and I had like $10. My mom gave me like $10. And I said, all right, let me go eat something. So I spent like $7 to eat something, and I had $3 left, and I went to the gas station, and it was either $3 for a gallon of gas or a lottery ticket. And I said, you know what? What if I won the lottery? And I sat there at the gas station thinking to myself, if I won the lottery, a lot would change for me. Like, there's a lot in my life that would change. And at the time, when you have no money, $3 is worth something. When you have a lot of money, what is $3? So I had no money. $3 at the time was worth a lot to me. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, should I get this lottery ticket? And I'm building it up in my head. And I'm having this optimism, like, you know what? What if I got lucky? Like, I'm a guy who takes chances. I'm going to take chances on my $3. It's a big deal, but let's see what happens, So I go, and I get this lottery ticket, and I take it with me, and I'm like excited. I come home, like, Mom, how do we check the lottery ticket? She's like, well, it'll be done on like Monday, you should check it then. And, I'm sitting there, I'm like, Mom, I think I have a really strong feeling, a strong intuition, I'm going to win the lottery. And she's like, well, okay, let's see. Let's see. Anyways, Monday comes along, and I look at this lottery ticket, and I'm excited. So I go, and I grab the ticket, I go to the gas station, and before I get to the gas station, before I get out of my car, I'm just thinking to myself, like, but what if I didn't win? Do I even want to get out of my car to go check? I don't know. I probably didn't win. I'll just probably go home, And I'm sitting there and I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe I really didn't win. And finally, I'm like, something brought me back to this gas station. I've never bought a lottery ticket before. And some people win out of nowhere. You never know who it's going to be. So I get out of my car. I go. I get to the cashier. He looks at it. He scans it. And he looks at me and goes, oh my God, you didn't win. And I go, fuck. And now I had less gas in my tank. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, well, how many of us here would love to win the lottery? How many of us here believe we will win the lottery? Well, all of you have a lottery ticket. Whether you think you bought it or you didn't, you all have a lottery ticket. I'd like you to look under your chairs right now. Everyone look under your chairs. There's nothing there. Because I'm not talking about that lottery ticket. The lottery ticket I'm talking about is your dreams. All of us have a lottery ticket. But if you think you have the losing ticket, you're never going to do what it takes to cash it in. But if you knew you had the winning ticket, you just didn't know what day you'd win, you would do anything. You would be relentless until you cashed it in. So the main principle of all success comes down to one root thing. It is the belief that you will accomplish the thing you have set out to accomplish. Your dreams will come true as long as you never give up on them. Because the moment you give up on your dream is the moment you decided not to cash in the winning lottery ticket. And you're going to go through a lot. You're going to go try and cash it in. You're going to do everything. You're going to run into problems. There's going to be moments where you think, I'm at a low. I have to put up the towel. In that moment where you feel the worst, where you got to throw in the towel, that is actually the moment where your mind is most willing to make a change. And that is the exact moment where you would probably have a breakthrough in your business, or in your relationships, or in your personal life, or in your health. The moment you're about to give up is actually the moment you have to double down. And the typical pattern is you get so close or far enough and you stop. You get close enough in the gym and then you get comfortable. You're like, I look fine. Or, I'm not getting results fast enough. You give up. Consistency equals outcome. We're impatient. I'm impatient. I'm the most impatient human being you ever met. I am the most impatient person you ever met in your life. But I'm fucking consistent. I am consistent as hell. I will be relentless until I get what I want. Here's why. Because I know the fastest way to get to where I want to go is the consistent route. And although sometimes it doesn't happen as fast as I want, I do understand that being patient, not always, but in this situation, in this context, being patient until I achieve what I want is actually the most impatient route. When you're too impatient, you actually give up. And you'll never get there. You delay it 10 years, you delay it 30 years, you delay it until you finally said, okay, finally I'll go do it, or maybe you never do it. But if you're patient enough and consistent enough, you'll make it happen. So when you use these presuppositions verbally, I can see, I can hear, I can know exactly what someone is thinking. I can tell you exactly what they're focusing on. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the link below to get yourself a ticket to Mindset Mastery. I'm having a seminar July 25th to 28th in Miami, and all you got to do is click that link in the description to get your ticket. If you happen to be watching this on a later date beyond 2024, well, there'll be an updated link in the description where you can attend a future event.